Hello, my name is Gareth. You're watching the Hub Online Network. It's Friday, May 1st. I can't believe it's already May, but let's get started. Now, of course, as always, we have Jessica at home monitoring the chat, so thank you, Jessica. And if you would like to call in, you can call 778-694-4662, and I'll take your calls on the air. We have a slew of different topics to get through today, such as, of course, COVID-19, flooding, protests, firearms, interior health, all sorts of stuff is going on. But let's start with the numbers. Now, our current programming sessions are Monday and Friday at 4 o'clock. So that being said, we are not doing the numbers for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so we'll catch you up with those numbers right now. So on Tuesday, we had 55 new cases of COVID. We had 2 new deaths. On Wednesday, we had 34 new cases with 4 new deaths. And Thursday, we had 25 new cases with 2 new deaths. And today, we are looking at, because I have the numbers here, we have 33 new cases. So that brings our totals to 823 in Vancouver, 978 cases in Fraser Health, 121 on the island, 174 in Interior Health, and 49 in the Northern Health region. They actually also have their first case, first 1 or first 2 cases in Nunavut. And then we also have 1 new death as of today. So if you are affected by that, of course our hearts go out to you. Very sorry for your loss. So of course they still have all of the small outbreaks in seniors' homes, and they do have the few in the poultry plants down in Vancouver. So I also would like to know, does the fact that we have cases in the poultry plants in Vancouver, does that change your mind about buying poultry at all? Please let us know at hon@ashcrofthub.com. I'm going to be asking a few questions of you guys today because there's some pretty big topics that have come out over the last little bit. So please email us what you think about the poultry and if that changes your mind about buying it. So talking about the cases and numbers here, let's just refresh this. So on Monday, we were looking at, worldwide, mind you, we were looking at 3,170,474 confirmed cases, 60,471 critical people, 220,324 deaths, with 1,974,371 active cases, and 979,212 people that had recovered. Now today, around the world, we're looking at 3,394,189 with a drop in total critical cases. So we're sitting at 51,332 with 239,284 total deceased, with 2,076,809 total active cases, and 1,079,265 total recovered. And that is a significant jump, so good job. I'm hoping that everybody's feeling better. And if you know, or if you've had COVID and you are feeling better, again, phone in, talk to us. Let's hear your story on how you got it, or what the process was when you were sick, and what it's like to not be sick anymore. That would be a great story to hear. So let us know, again, by phoning or emailing. Now, we're going to get into a few things that are on the peripherals of COVID-19. So Vancouver, so this is talking about schools opening up. So in Vancouver, BC Premier announced on Wednesday that the province likely won't see schools, as we know it, return until the fall. So Premier John Horgan made the comments during the province's weekly update on COVID-19, where he also extended BC's state of emergency for 2 more weeks. We don't anticipate, so now this is a quote from Horgan, we don't anticipate a regular return to education as we know it until September, Horgan said. But we do expect a gradual increase in the number of students in classrooms, and we're working with all of the stakeholders, whether they be support staff, teachers, administrators, trustees, to make that happen. So in a statement, the Ministry of Education said that any form of school reopening would not take place until Provincial Health Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry said it's safe to do so, but noted that in-classroom instruction is taking place for children of some essential workers. So what we're working on is really focusing on the planning so that if and when we do announce schools reopening, we have that right. We have a completed plan. There's people that have their kids with from essential services in classes right now, nurses, doctors, that sort of thing. So again, let us know what you think about that. Should schools reopen now, or should we just wait until September? Give us a call or send us an email. Another thing that's going to start happening, the surgeries are going to start again. So the resumption of surgeries in BC is going to challenge every single person in healthcare, said BC's minister the other day. With the new normal rolling out in the days ahead, tens of thousands of surgeries that were cancelled are going to start happening again, and Health Minister Adrian Dix said it's going to be challenging. This is a group that we think about every day, Dix said on April 30th during the daily COVID-19 press conference. It's an unprecedented event, of course, in healthcare, and these involved are said to be doing everything right. So if you are a person that was needing to have a surgery that got postponed, they're looking at starting that up again. Now, through all of this, I've been having issues with one of my eyes, and they did my surgery a month and a half ago, and they've been taking me in every couple of weeks. I actually have to go back in for another eye surgery. I'm going in on Tuesday next week. So my surgery, maybe my surgery is more serious, I suppose. But anyway, surgeries are starting back up again. So that is awesome news. So interior health. So this is talking about our area in a meeting. So I got this information from David Dirksen, a person that is actively in and around meetings involving interior health. So he sent me an email about what one of the meetings talked about. So COVID testing is available in Ashcroft. This is currently being handled by public health. Patients can contact the service through 811. There is a screening interview that will happen by phone or online, and then if appropriate, an in-person appointment will be scheduled. So should there be any patients in the catchment area that are experiencing COVID and their condition begins to decline, Interior Health is establishing locations closer than Kamloops where these patients will be able to get additional care and support. With challenges in long-term care homes in other areas of BC and across Canada, Interior Health has developed a rapid response group that will support any of the long-term care facilities in the smaller communities. At this point in time, it is not a concern in our area. However, the extra support will be there to assure that we have quickly limit the spread in our facility and community. Interior Health, the divisions of family practice, and our local doctors are working out the logistics to assure the clinic has sufficient PPE to allow for the clinic visits that are needed for patients who are seen in the clinic. The doctors would like to remind patients that they should be having appointments for their non-COVID health concerns and assuring that they are keeping healthy. Although the doctor's office here was closed this afternoon, I tried to make an appointment and they were not there to answer the phones. The virtual and phone appointments are working well. Our local doctors and pharmacy are supporting the patients and working together to assure they have the medications they need. And a reminder, the clinic has 2 new doctors that are accepting new patients. So, we can get testing done here. I think I mentioned this actually the other day, and I'm hoping to have a new update from David for Monday's show next week. Now, do I have anything else about COVID-related stuff? Yes, the BC Emergency Benefit for Workers. So this is not part of the CERB. This is a British Columbia-based thing. So this is a one-time $1,000 payment that you can get from the British Columbian government. This kind of offsets the amount of money that you're going to have to pay in taxes for the CERB. And this is, again, only once. So you can start applying for this today at BCCRA. And to be eligible, you have to have been a resident in British Columbia on March 15th, 2020, meet the eligibility requirements for the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit, or the CERB, have been approved for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit even if you haven't received a federal benefit payment yet, be at least 15 years old, have filed or agree to file a 2019 BC income tax return, and not be receiving provincial income assistance or disability assistance. So that is, again, $1,000 for you in this time, and you can only get it if you qualify for the CERB, and you can apply for that starting today. So get on that. And thank you to Nadine Davenport for sharing that on the Facebook page, Ash Cash Clinton COVID-19 response Facebook page. Anyway, there's lots of really good information, and Nadine happened to share that particular piece. So that is, thank you to Nadine. Now, what else do we got about COVID? So, down in Vancouver, a little bit out of the area that we typically talk about on this show, but down in Vancouver, there are protests happening in Vancouver about opening up our economy again. And so this is going to be a big question. So overall, all of this, the question is, should we stay locked down or should we open up on an intermittent basis? So over the last couple of weeks, there have been protests in Vancouver about ending the lockdown. The last protest was on Robson Street in Vancouver, with the next one apparently starting at Science World and going down Main Street. It was reported that tensions were high against the protesters, who had a permit and a police escort, and 2 people not involved with the demonstration were arrested for assault. Their main talking point at the protest was that now that we have flattened the curve, so let's not kill our economy or our food industry, bringing up several stories of farmers having to kill off cattle, resow fields with good crops, and dump milk at dairy farms. They claim that measures being taken to stop the pandemic are far worse than the pandemic itself, as potentially more people could die from starvation and homelessness than COVID-19. Now, the flattening of the curve is not a way of saying that COVID-19 is done. We flatten the curve to keep everyone from getting sick at the same time. So what they're saying is that yes, we flattened the curve, but they are still expecting people to get sick over time. So what they've done is they've successfully stopped a huge spike. So all that talk of we need all these beds, we need all these ventilators, that's what they were hoping to avoid, and so far they have. We flattened the curve to keep everyone from getting sick at the same time, and things really can't get back to a version of normal until a vaccine is realistically created. But I have seen several articles and listened to quite a few interviews where they talk about this issue on farms. Now, the problem is not the growing of the food. From what I've seen is that there is an abundance. But what the problem is the processing of the food. For example, they have a bunch of vegetables and they have a bunch of meat, but they can't process that material for grocery store standards, and so they have to take the corn and put it back into the dirt and re-till it into the ground, or they're just killing off animals to make space for the upcoming animals, or they're dumping the milk because they can't process it to sell in stores. Another big example of this is potato farmers that are sitting on millions of pounds of potatoes because restaurants are shut down and no one is buying French fries. Those millions of pounds are from last year's harvest, and planting season is coming back round. What do the farmers do? Plant in the hopes that people are going to go out again and eat twice as many French fries as they were in the previous season? The main processing factories that are affected are in the prairies, and these are the processing plants that deal with grocery store chains. So places like Desert Hills and Horsings can still sell their product to you at their own place, but grocery stores fall under different guidelines and regulations. The compounding problem is that these plants shut down. It means that the that down the line, stockpiles that we have become less and less. And we see that Safety Mart, there are still many things on the shelves, but the fear of the experts is that the prices are going to go up. Some provinces have said that they're going to freeze prices, but that only goes so far. There are also several municipalities looking at bankruptcy across the country, even 1 or 2 provinces. And these are just a few examples of what is going on. Please let me know what you think. Should people be protesting? Should we be getting back to work? Should we be staying home and keeping that curve flattened? Let me know what you think. Please email me at hon@ashcrofthub.com. Now, the big thing that came out today, that's it for COVID. The big thing that came out today was about gun control. So a couple of weeks ago, there was, of course, that horrific incident in Nova Scotia where about 22 people were killed in a, I don't think rampage is the right word, but a tactical way of killing people. Since then, there has been lots of talk about what to do about gun control. So, in an impassioned speech this morning, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Public Safety Minister Blair told the Canadian public that they have effective immediately banned 1,500 different types of military-grade assault weapons and variants or variations. They also went on to say that they will give current owners of these weapons 2 years to give up these weapons to the government in a buyback scenario. So if you own a gun like a... thank you, Greg Wilton. Yes, open things back up slowly. I am not allowed to give my opinion, but I will nod my head. So what's happening is they are saying that they are going to give you 2 years. If you have a military-style assault-ish type weapon, so something that fires automatically, you just hold your finger down and it just fires, that they will set up a process to buy those guns back, but no one will be allowed to have those guns. So there's no grandfather clause letting you keep those weapons, and there'll be no more of these weapons being made for retail in Canada. Yeah, and so they're giving people 2 years to acclimatize to that and to give those weapons back to the government. This order has seen some strong criticism from the Conservative Party, saying that the guns a Nova Scotia man used were obtained illegally through the states. He did not even have a gun license, so punishing the law-abiding gun owners isn't the answer. Andrew Scheer, in a statement, decision put forth. So punishing the law-abiding gun owners isn't the answer. Andrew Scheer, in a statement, also cited that the decision was put forth in Sorry, I wrote something wrong here. Andrew Scheer, in a statement, cited that the decision was not put forth in Congress. There was no debate. There was no vote. Just a law passed down from Trudeau. Liberal government. Scheer suggests that this matter could have and should have waited until the current pandemic is over and the House is back in session. Having checked the Hansard website, I can verify that there was no debate or vote on this particular issue. So that's my question to you, Greg. Do you think that banning the guns was the right way to go? Or do you feel that, here we are, there has been over the years, not a handful, about 24 different instances where these types of guns were used in mass shootings across the country, and now here we are at a crossroads. Do we ban them? Do we not? It feels like Trudeau has taken a strong stance to ban these weapons, but did he do so in a way that was conducive to how we do things in Canada by not going through the proper channels in the Legislative Assembly, or Parliament, I should say, and yeah, so let me know what you think. Should there have been a vote? Should there have been a debate? Or should Trudeau just be allowed to make this decision? Is this decision just? Is this something that you feel should be overturned? All those types of questions. Let me know what you think. hon@ashcrofthub.com, or do what Greg is doing, do what Vicky is doing, and answer in the comments below. And thank you for your comments. Unfortunately, Greg, we'll have to have this conversation at a different time, as I cannot give my personal opinion on the air. Do I have any other information on that? There's 1,500 different makes and models of military-grade assault-style weapons in Canada that are going to be gone effective immediately. So starting today, this process is in effect. And it was very interesting right away on Facebook how divisive this particular topic was. There's a very strong camp saying that law-abiding citizens should be allowed to have their guns, as this person was getting these guns illegally. You know what? I haven't actually seen too many people on the other side, so on Trudeau's side of this, and this is why I wanted to know what you think. And if you're a gun enthusiast, do you have any of these types of weapons? What do you use them for? Trudeau's main talking point is that you don't need these types of weapons to go hunting, for example. So if you're not using them for hunting or sport, what do you have them for? What are you using them for? So that was fairly interesting. A lot of people are calling Justin Trudeau a dictator. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but that is one thing that is going out into the world through these people on Facebook that I'm talking to. So Greg says should have been voted and debated on. You would think that that's the world that we live in. There's not many things that you in Parliament can't not vote on. So anyway, but moving on, we're going to talk about flooding in Cache Creek. So what does that mean for you? So right now, Cache Creek is still on a public notice, stage 4 water restriction. The village is using only one of 2 wells at the moment because of flooding. So your cooperation is critical. There is no impact to water quality, but limit water usage until further notice for any purpose other than drinking, food prep, and personal hygiene. No lawn watering, no car washing, not during the day, and not overnight. I haven't heard that they've had a problem with that, but I wonder if they are having a problem with that. The other things that are going on is, so water levels at the Bonaparte River are expected to rise still. So this is from yesterday. They're expected to rise in increase in size and speed over the next 2 days. All residents are advised to stay 10 feet back from the banks. Keep children and pets from staying too close. Some evacuation alerts were rescinded for properties near the river, which I'm going to get to in a second. So check the village website for addresses. Work along the river will be ongoing over the next weekend. We hope to have Quartz Road intersection open again soon. The state of local emergency in Cache Creek has been extended so the village may continue to address the problems caused by flooding. Oh, good. So that was something that I was talking about with someone last night. We knew that the end was coming for that. No, Greg, your house is not floating yet. So the reminders are stay 10 feet away from the water's edge. Sand and bags are still available around town at Nugget Road, Old Caribou Road across from the post office, the TNRD library, and the pool parking lot. Personnel at the Cache Creek Emergency Operations Center are still monitoring, evaluating, and acting upon changing river conditions while Public Works monitors and fixes the flood-related problems. RCMP officers continue to watch over the community, which again, last weekend when we were sandbagging, they were there all the time. It was great to see them out patrolling the dike, making sure that everybody was safe. So thank you to the RCMP, and so that was really great to see. The town is still on stage for water restrictions, as mentioned before. And remember to maintain COVID-19 physical distancing while sandbagging. So now, the places where the evacuation has been rescinded are Collins Road, and there's a bunch of addresses, Winchester Road, Frontier Road, Nugget Road, Old Caribou Road. All those places are allowed. The evacuation alert has gone. But evacuation alerts still remain in places with high water along the Bonaparte, So Winchester Road, 811. Nugget Road, 1222, 1228, 1234, 1246, 1258, 1260, 1272, 1274. So if that's you, you're still on alert. Collins Road, 840, 842, 872, 888, 890, 886, 896, 904, 908. Old Caribou Road, 964, 966, 1057, 1291, 1293, 1295, 1297, 1299. Old Caribou Road, all units at 1055. Old Caribou Road, all units 1253. Old Caribou Road, all units 1321. Trans-Canada Highway, which is also that's the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park. You are still on alert for evacuation if necessary. Trans-Canada Highway, 978, 986, 1002, 1034, 1046, 1064, 1086, 1090. An evacuation alert will remain in place for all residents adjacent to the Bonaparte River on Coyote Valley Road as well. So that is all the evacuation stuff going on. And that is all the new information that I have regarding the flood. Of course, everything that is going on is being updated through the Cache Creek info page. So if you have anything that you are worried about, you can go on there and you'll get the latest information. This is, of course, on Facebook, and they're doing very well with keeping things up to date. I dare say that the council, who wears many hats during this time. I know everybody on the council are doing a bunch of different things regarding the floods. You're all doing a fantastic job, so keep that up. So that is that one. That is that one. Okay, so moving on from flooding. So on May 4th, on Star Wars Day, so this coming Monday, the Hub Online Network is partnering with the Village of Ashcroft to do a live virtual town hall regarding the Ashcroft budget. If you would like to participate, stay tuned at 7 p.m. on May 4th, 2020, and you can ask questions live. I will be monitoring the chat, but in person, or you can email the village office in advance, or you can email me in advance. But in-person attendance is prohibited due to COVID-19. So I'm going there. I will be far away from the council members, as per usual, keeping our physical distancing, but sending in one person opposed to having a bunch of people there is the safe way to go. So again, on May 4th, we're going to be doing a virtual live town hall. So we'll be going live on the Hub Online Facebook page at 7 p.m. on May the 4th. So tell your friends that's what we're going to be doing. And unfortunately, we have a update about the soccer season in our area. So this is a message from Lee Hand. So he says, "Hello everyone. Well, the time has come to make the decision of whether or not to have to cancel the soccer season. This has been a very heartbreaking decision to have to make, and there have been many factors to consider in regard to this decision, so that we could ensure our community remains safe and healthy during these times. As a board, we have discussed and voted to unfortunately cancel the 2020 season. Full refunds will be made available to all families as soon as possible. I will let everyone know when and where they can pick those up as soon as I have it arranged. Please be patient as we work to make this happen. Also, if you know of any parents who maybe are not on our Facebook page, please let them know they should join so they are up to date with the current news and events. A big thank you to all of our soccer parents for always being supportive of our association, and we are very much missing being with all of you this year. Please stay safe, everyone. Thank you, Lee Hand." So yes, unfortunately, the soccer season for our area is now canceled, but we'll be bigger, better, stronger, better, faster next year. So stretch those legs, kick those balls, and get ready to go for next season. Do I have anything else about that? I do not. Okay. Moving on. Border Jumper. So this is an article taken out of the Ashcroft Cache Creek Journal. So thank you, Barbara, for cultivating all of these stories. I have one more from the Cache Creek Journal as well. So a California man wanted for several crimes on both sides of the border was arrested in Ashcroft this week on April 28th. Police arrested the American citizen after reports of a break and enter at a commercial building located along Cornwall Road. The man is also accused of stealing a white Mini Cooper from Vancouver on April 26th. RCMP located the vehicle after it was left abandoned at a gas station in the village. Police believe the man crossed the border into Canada illegally. The Ashcroft RCMP is in contact with the Canada Border Services Agency and officials who have issued a detention order for the 29-year-old man from Fresno, California. Efforts remain underway to return the man to the United States. So I thought that was a pretty interesting story, and hence why I shared it. The Junction Coffee House. So the Junction Coffee House is welcoming you back. We are keeping social distancing and only allowing 2 customers in at a time, but they are open. So if you liked the Junction Coffee House, they are open for you. Only 2 people in allowed at one time. The Ashcroft Slough. So there's been a lot of stuff going on about this one. So the Ashcroft Slough has been closed down by the Ashcroft Terminal, who technically owns the land. So if anybody's been down there, there is a spot where you can cross the railroad tracks, and there's an open space you can get through in the fences, and you can walk down to the river. But the Ashcroft Terminal has deemed that is an unsafe practice, and if something were to happen to people on that land, it would technically be the Ashcroft Terminal who is liable for any injuries that may be occurred there. So there has been a few, what's the word I'm looking for? Petitions going around about keeping that hole open for people to go down to the water. But now the Ashcroft Terminal wants to make a working group. So they are looking for a representative from the village of Cache Creek, from the village of Ashcroft, a representative from Bonaparte Indian Band, from Ashcroft Indian Band, 3 members at large from the community, and 3 representatives from the Ashcroft Terminal. And they want to get together to identify potential issues associated with restricted access, generate ideas about alternatives to riverfront access on Ashcroft Terminal private property, and share information with the wider communities about the alternatives. So it looks like the terminal is willing to play ball on keeping a way open to go down to that spot. So if you'd like more information, Jessica's already posted it in the comments. Thank you, Jessica. So that is happening as we speak, I guess. And once we have more information about who those people are, of course, we will share that, and we will try to get onto that thing ourselves to keep everybody up to date as everything moves forward. But let us know what you think. Should there just be a way to go down to the water? Do you feel that the Ashcroft Terminal is within their rights to say no? Not until a safe way is made to go down there. Again, let us know what you think in the comments, or send us an email at hon@ashcrofthub.com. So that is the terminal. Now here's one from Vicky Trill. In about 25 minutes, she is going to start her virtual weight loss boot camp. It starts today. So there's a few rules to this. So to my understanding, if you follow the rules of the weight loss program, you pay nothing. But if you don't follow the rules, you put money into a pot. And every time you don't follow the rules, the pot gets sort of bigger and bigger and bigger. And then eventually there will be a winner of the money that is made. But Vicky will be able to tell you more about that as moving forward. So this is a weekly nutrition and fitness challenge. And you can register now by emailing executive director at ashcrofthub.com. And I should have made a lower third here thing, but Jessica, would you mind throwing that up in the comments? So executive director at ashcrofthub.com to register with Vicky. You still got 25 minutes, folks. So if you're watching live, get out there, sign up, lose some weight. I wish I had the time. I know that might sound like an excuse. but I wish I had the time to do it myself. Maybe next time, Vicky, I'll be all over it. Now, we also have John Ranta. So this is the other story that I sort of snafu'd from the Ashcroft Cache Creek Journal. So former Cache Creek Mayor John Ranta is among the 25 recipients of this year's BC Community Achievement Award. Congratulations, John Ranta, for that. The announcement was made on April 27th, and Ranta says he is very honored to have been recognized. Ranta, who served as mayor of Cache Creek continuously from 1980 to 2018, was recognized for making the community more appealing, accessible, and safer for residents, while ensuring that taxes remained low and the village became 100% debt-free. Ranta joins 5 other residents who have received the BC Community Achievement Award for their dedication to and work on behalf of their communities, including Cache Creek's Barb Shaw and Ben Roy. Other area recipients include Clinton's Robin Fennell, Deb Arnott, and Ethel Smith of Loon Lake. So congratulations to John Ranta. Maybe we'll try and see if we can't talk to him about it in a subsequent interview. And now I know I missed another thing here. So they've been up. So Greg says they have been up for years. That is illegal to cross the tracks and no trespassing signs up. So sorry, going back to the story about the slough, just reading Greg's comment. Yes, so there have been lots of signs and fences already put up to try and stop people, but just like in Jurassic Park, people find a way to make it down there. So I think that I can't give my opinion. I keep almost doing it. Anyway, so that's the show today. We're clocking in at 37 minutes. Oh, you know what? I should also talk about I have it here. No, I don't have it here. I do have it here. Sorry, I know I'm mumbling, and I know people don't like that. The COVID group. Where is my COVID group? CC info, eligibility. I'm sorry, everybody. Is this it? Why is it not working? The group in Ashcroft, that is the COVID-19 response group. Sorry, I didn't have this brought up, but I wanted to have this brought up. Oh, goodness me. I don't have the picture. So it's a group in Ashcroft. Jessica, can you share the phone number with me? I don't happen to have it. The Ashcroft response group to help you get groceries, to chat with you if you're lonely, to give you spiritual support in this time, to get your mail. They'll be able to hook you up with all sorts of things. This is a group put together by a bunch of different other non-charitable or charitable organizations around Ashcroft and Cache Creek, with a plethora of volunteers at their beck and call, such as the Equality Project, Sage Hills Church, St. Albans Church, the villages of Ashcroft and Cache Creek, of course, the Hub Online Network, MLA Jackie Taggart, MP Brad Viss, the Women's Auxiliary Thrift Store. I'm forgetting a few here, but there's a whole group of people, Better at Home. They're all a tight-knit group that sit down every Wednesday, and they talk about what the challenges that they've been facing are, and they figure out ways of dealing with those challenges as a group, because together they have way more resources than just one group by themselves. And they've been working diligently about getting all sorts of stuff. And that phone number is 250-457-3422. So if you or someone you know needs assistance picking up groceries, medicine, etc., again, call 250-457-3422. We can help. So again, that's the show for today. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys on Monday at 4 o'clock, and then we'll see you again Monday at 7 p.m. again for the virtual town hall in Ashcroft. And that is a big meeting. That is about the budget of Ashcroft, so be sure to check that out. Get your questions put in to us here, and we will see you guys Monday. Be safe over the weekend. I miss you already. Have yourself a good evening.